Good morning. Out on Sven today, heading across to Dalesford to meet up with Ian from ADV Rider, another gentleman, Matt. Going to have a bit of a cruise and a look around Basalt, Castlemaine, maybe somewhere in that, I guess, Goldfields region. I still haven't replaced the rear tyre on Sven. Ordered one yesterday, I'm guessing with work and the shop's time. Be another week or two at least till that gets done. So I met up with the boys down at
G'day mate, how are you? Good to see you again.
Sailors Creek. Ian, ADV Rider, and Matt. Don't think Matt has a YouTube channel. Ian on his Frankenstrom, and Matt on his WR250. I think the plan is to have a bit of a cruise around Basalt region. Bit of an exploratory day of mines and huts, I think. So we're on Brandy Hot. There's a track that Ian's done before. It's a fairly steep track. As I mentioned to Ian this morning, on this mostly worn rail Z, I wouldn't be too confident throwing it up a fairly steep hill that might be slick. So I'm going to bypass the steep hill. So a quick chat with Ian. This is Stevenson's hut. We're going to head down the road to LaFranchi's hut. So I've seen this a number of times on Ian's channel. Was always interested to get down here, and today get the opportunity. So just speaking with Ian earlier, was saying that a lot of these tracks don't show up on Google. So he runs Osmond. Oh, chasing Skippy. I mentioned in my last group ride that riding with other people is a little bit strange. And part of that has to do with watching the guy in front, where he's going, line he's taken, and then keep an eye out on those behind to make sure everyone's safe. When you ride by yourself, I don't need to worry about any of that stuff. So it certainly makes me think a little bit more about your riding and how you ride. Oh, man, that was an arse of a save on that one. I think the back was almost at the front wheel. Fuck. Here's a stump. A quick break, take some layers off, quick drink, quick toilet stop, and time to disturb nature, I guess. So during the break, Matt was talking about how easy the V-Strom and the 701 look going up the hills, and how he has to kind of ride his up the hills. But then, as I said to him, there's the advantages of a light bike and the right amount of horsepower out here. I think I would prefer, in some of this stuff, the 701's great, but some of it, it's just a bit stupid. You know, weight-wise, it's probably not so different, but, you know,
the power and the gearing makes it a bit of work sometimes. It's interesting that being sort of maybe 50 kilometres from Wombat, how different the flora is. It's obviously quite a lot drier out here. We've got some cactuses, which means there had to have been some Europeans here at some point. Some remnants of someone's chimney, maybe. Jesus. Trying to find a tree to hold on to. No, just trying to find a rock. Fuck, man. That is. Get to those and you go, do I trust the tread on these boots? A little bit more history, whether they're chimneys from cottages or smelting. We're just discussing with the mine shafts how busy it would have been out here. You would have had hundreds, if not thousands of people working these mines. And a couple of 100 years later, it's all gone. So Ian was saying some of these tracks will eventually lead out to Yandoit. I probably can't put many GPS locations because I really have no idea where we are. So Ian was saying there's a few steep hills out here. And there's one. I was a bit concerned about this back tyre, and I hate being that guy. As I was saying, I hate being that guy that things have to be modified for. I had crossed my mind to bring Doozer out, but Sven needed a run. Here's what it is. Oh, WR revving away. Well, the old 701 just tracked us up in second. Some days you just want to stick on the dirt, but then when you do have to come on the asphalt, these country lanes are a nice way to get between point A and point B. Saw pit track. I think we're still on the saw pit. So I'm running 22 psi front and rear today. Normally I run 19. It's definitely noticeably harder, but then hitting some of these rocks is probably not such a bad thing. We've turned off a couple of roads or tracks. Don't know where we are. Where are we?
At the bottom of Castlemaine digging area.
So I had a quick break by a creek. Back into it. Just saying to Matt that sometimes riding with people is great because there's areas that they know that you may never have come across. So riding with Ian today and just some of the stuff that he has ridden before has opened up options for me if I come out by myself. So turned off a road which I don't know the name of, and it says this track is called Up and Down Track, and then we turn off to E49. Doesn't mean much to me because I still have no idea where we are. So I don't know if this is E49 or what it is, but I'll check this evening. Oh, how cool is that? You ride through that bushland that's kind of dry and dusty and come up onto this. Up and down track finish, came out onto a dirt road, and within a few hundred metres we were at the Doxa youth camp. And for all the years that I worked out this side of town and driven past Doxa, I had no idea where those dirt roads went. Seem to have done a bit of a U-turn along this. Try and get an intersection so I know what to work from. Hunter's Track. I'm guessing I'm going to have to change this air filter out. We just had a quick stop, bit of a discussion about where to, what to do. It's about 2 o'clock. The decision was made to head back towards Blackwood. Currently we're near Friarstown, Taradale, Malmesbury, somewhere in that bit of bush. So there's probably an hour or so, depending on whether it's the roads less taken, to get back towards Blackwood. But, drop back from Matt, because I'm sucking in way too much dust. I think we're on Friars Ridge track. So we just came off Spencer's Road. We're on the Malmesbury Dalesford Road, heading back towards Blackwood. And was talking with the boys earlier that there's no unicorn bike. You can have that bike that's great out in the bush on the double track, single track, forest roads. Then it's not perfect for the asphalt. Or you'd have the perfect asphalt bike that's not as great out the bush. So there's always a compromise. So where I currently sit with Sven, I think that's my compromise. It's the closest to the do-it-all unicorn bike for me currently. Well, it's 2:30. Have come full circle now. Coming back into Trentham. Many hours ago, there was frost on the ground either side. It's about 12 degrees. Not sure what temperature got to today, but it was kind of perfect weather for riding the bikes. It's about 3 o'clock. Day's coming to an end. Everyone's headed home from Blackwood. Going to make my way across Old Ashbourne Road, back down to Cheddle, Firth, somewhere around there. It's been a great day out. Thanks Ian, thanks Matt. I'll see if I make it back. So heading home, was either go down O'Brien's Road, which I'm not a fan of, or do Old Ashbourne Road, Chettle, Firth. Got the sun in my eyes. Been a long day, but since we're passing Yankee Mine track, should have got that line right. Not as deep as I thought. Should have stayed high. The last time I rode Sven, I did Easter Monday track, and may have mentioned that I wasn't happy with the suspension, that it needed a little bit of a tweak. It was kind of pogoing in the front and kind of dropping out too quick in the rear. I returned all the settings back to standard, and hadn't ridden it until today. And today I wasn't real happy with the suspension either. It was a bit harsh, but I didn't want to spend the day with Matt and Ian fucking around with clickers. So once we kind of said our goodbyes, I made a couple of tweaks, and currently I think it's the best it's ever been. So had I done it sooner, I probably may have enjoyed the day a little bit more. But that's how things go. Why would you do a turn like that? Where he did that? Well, on my final leg home, maybe 25k, I've passed some four drives and some motorbikes, and it's always on a apex when you meet them. So I'll slow down. It's been a great day out. I don't think anything is going to happen on the way home. Geez, that's rutted. If it does, I'll bring you along. Cheers. Thanks for watching.